life coaching? In this section, I'm going to explain to you exactly what life coaching is, what it's not, some of the confusions around life coaching, just to give you a very, very clear understanding. What is the essence of coaching? Where does it come from? What is it supposed to be doing? And what is it not supposed to be doing? So go through the session, and each section, please understand them, because this is the foundation of what life coaching is all about. So let's talk about what life coaching is not. Life coaching is not a magical experience. It's not a genie that has a magical wand that suddenly appears and creates solutions to all problems. It's not a person that's going to sit the whole time and just listen to someone else's sad woes and their problems and then come up with a golden response that just dissolves all fears and bestows one's magical wishes on it in an instant. That is absolutely not what life coaching is all about. And a lot of people believe that a life coach is this magical creature that's got these capabilities. Please understand that's not what it's about. In the next slide, I'm going to explain what life coaching truly is, and that's what we need to focus on. A life coach is a person that's going to assist you in a variety of different areas of your life. Firstly, in developing yourself as a person. Now, that can be work related, personal relationships related, finances related, any area of your life where you as an individual want to develop. That's where a life coach is going to come in. The second area is, and this is a very crucial one, is a life coach is someone that's going to get you to a level where you start really believing in yourself. We underestimate the power of self-belief, and a life coach is the catalyst to increase belief about yourself, your own personal capabilities. Once that belief is established, the next phase can come in, and that's where the action starts, where you now believe you can start doing things, and a life coach with a strategy and a structure will take the client to a level where they start acting and behaving in certain ways. And that has its own results. Firstly, it makes you happy. It makes you a satisfied person. It makes you someone that has a sense of congruency about life. Now, what we have is we have a preset of ideas, goals, and achievements that we want to reach in life. And a coach is all about eliciting those preset ideas that the client has, putting that into a strategy, and getting that client to start achieving them. And that's the essence of what coaching is all about. The client eventually must walk out feeling delighted and satisfied about life. So coaching is all about developing natural behavior. We all have behaviors, we all have a lot of developed behaviors, we've got learned behaviors, and we've got natural behaviors. And it's all about developing those, taking them through to actions, to achieving goals, to altering our beliefs, really truly empowering individuals to get to a point where our true desires and fulfillments are reached and we experience bliss in this life. Because that's the power of coaching, and it's phenomenal to see it in action and to actually experience it. So which areas of one's life can a coach really assist? Well, career and work is very often one of the strongest ones. We live in a very competitive society where people want to do better than what they did yesterday. And career and work or entrepreneurship development obviously is very, very important in the coaching industry. Small businesses, small business managers, large corporate businesses, executive coaching, all of these are other areas that is now becoming a very strong area where coaching is required. Our personal money and personal wealth. Now, we're not financial advisors as coaches, but we coach people to look at their finances, to look at their own wealth situation completely differently and make better decisions. Because if people are in a very negative state about finances, they tend to make very negative types of decisions, because all decisions are state dependent. The next area where coaching is really developing strong all around the world is relationships. Our life is rushed, and we tend to not have as much time with our life partners, family members or friends as we used to. Coaching is an awesome tool to assist us in personal relationship building and to improve the quality of those relationships. Now, inside relationships, the concept of interacting with others is also a focus point. Because of the way our society is developing, it has become a requirement to interact with people on a certain level. The world has become a smaller place. Social media, technology has allowed us to communicate with people on a wider scale. That form of communication and interaction has become a critical part of coaching in the modern society. There's two more areas where coaching is important. The one is in our health and well-being. There's a lot of fitness groups out there. There's a lot of gyms around. Everybody has access to external health and personal well-being advisory bodies. But inside of coaching, we take a completely different approach. Health and well-being is all about what the individual wants, what they're capable of, and how they can develop. And all of these concepts, if you throw them together, really comes down to personal growth on every single area that you can think of or where you can focus on. Now, earlier I did start off the session by saying what life coaching is not, but I want to expand on that a little bit, because a lot of people confuse life coaching with counseling or some kind of a therapy. Life coaching is not counseling. Counseling is very problem-based. Counseling is all about taking a person and taking their sad woes and having a discussion around that. Life coaching is outcome-based and results-driven. So counselors will listen to someone's problems and make them feel better. Coaching is not that. Coaching is, what do you want? How do you want to get there? And what's the fastest route we can take? So it's important to understand the differences between those two. The second area where a lot of people sort of miss coaching is, and I've heard this said in many times in the same sentence, people talk about coaching and mentoring in the same sentence. There's a huge difference between coaching and mentoring. Mentoring is when we create mini-me's, when we create duplicates of self, where we take our skill sets, our capabilities, and we try and create a secondary person with the same skill set and capabilities. So we take someone by the hand and we guide them to become as capable as we are. Now, that is not life coaching, because life coaching is all about the client. What are they capable of? It's not about the coach's capabilities. There's areas in my life where I've struggled with certain areas where my clients are very strong, and I can actually coach my clients to be even better. There's areas in my life where I'm very strong and my clients are struggling. I don't use my life as an example. I don't tell them what to do. I don't give advice inside of the coaching process. I coach them according to their capabilities, according to their platform of understanding, according to their resources, their desires, their skills, to achieve what they want that is comfortable in their frame of reference. So life coaching is a dialogue. It's a dialogue between two people where, because of the structure of the dialogue, being very purposeful and being very inspiring, it takes people in the right direction. Life is full of events. Very often we make decisions, we make the right decisions, we make the wrong decisions, we have certain behaviors, but not everything we do in life takes us in the right direction. And coaching is a conversation between two people where the one person is very purposefully inspired and directed in the direction that they want to go. That's the essence of coaching. It creates the life people want. It's a very structured method. So inside of the coaching process, there's first, second, third steps. There's a methodology behind it on how we lead the people. And it's extremely production orientated. In other words, it has to be a very productive process. The client must experience results, must experience change, and be challenged through the process. It's a very well-structured program for self-development, inside of which there are clearly defined strategies, systematic plans, and everything focused on the improvement of the client. Now, once we have the plans and strategies in place, the next phase obviously would be to get implementation. And that is where coaches are the magic wand of the industry, because we truly assist clients to implement and take actions in what they do. We measure the process to know where they've started, to understand where they've achieved their next goals, and all the small steps, and later on in the course I'll explain more about that. All the small steps are also measured throughout the process. So it's a very inspiring, productive, positive approach that has a framework, a structure, that creates plans, that achieves goals, and eventually really assists people to create the life that they are truly striving for, looking for, and deserve. The word coach is actually a word that originally refers to a vehicle of transport. If you remember the old times, you had horses and a coach, and it moved people from one place to another. That's the essence of coaching, is moving someone. Now, life coaching is exactly that. The core of it is to move a person from one place to another. The vehicle that we're using at the moment is the conversation. Now, if we look at life coaching, in essence, it is a conversation that takes someone from one space to another, but there's a variety of different coaching methods around in the world. I mean, there's sports coaching, there's music coaching, writing coaching, voice coaching, financial coaching. There's a variety of different methods in coaching, and it's all about making people better. But life coaching, very specifically, is a conversational form of coaching. It's a dialogue that moves the coachee from one point to another. So always focus on the fact it's a dialogue. It's a two-way dialogue where the coach and the client is part. It's an active conversation between two parties. Coaching it's a very natural occurrence. In essence, if you look at any two people that are having a conversation where the one person walks out feeling better, having a more structured approach to whatever they want to achieve, then that in essence is coaching. So coaching is a very, very natural conversation between two people. If you look at the concept of parenting, inside of parenting, coaching even is a very natural occurrence. So why train then as a coach? The difference between being trained as a coach and not being trained as a coach merely means you can achieve the same results, more specific and in a shorter time frame, and the results will be better. So training as a professional coach accelerates our natural capabilities and the things that we do in any case, but it makes it more specific and it makes it more professional. So it gives us a framework in which we can operate, have that conversation to achieve the results that the clients are looking for. In essence, coaching is all about making people better. Now, very often we have this thought that coaching is for people that are broken, that are not performing, that are not doing well. Well, the opposite is actually the truth. If you look generally in life, every single top performer most probably does have a coach. If you go into top executives or into corporates, if you look at the top management structures, they will have a coach. Top performers have a coach, not because they're broken and not because they're not doing well. It is merely because they want to do even better. So in essence, we can say that coaching takes a good person and makes them a great person. Now here's the interesting point. See, as a coach, we are not required to be better than our client. We're not, as a coach, required to be better than the coachee. If you take top sports performers, top tennis players, golf players, irrespective of which area they are in, they will have a coach. In fact, if you look at the top golf players, they will have more than one coach that specializes or focuses on certain areas. So if I'm the top tennis player in the world or the top golf player in the world and I have a coach, then why am I the top player and not the coach being the top player? It simply means that the coach does not have to be as good as the coachee. The coach is there to make the coachee a better person. So it's phenomenal to understand this concept, because it means that the coach to a certain extent is the catalyst for improvement. The coach is that person that takes something that's good and makes it really great. It does not necessarily mean that the coach themselves are great at it. It merely means they are the catalyst. Because the reality is actually, in fact, is quite true. If you look at the opposite, if I take one of the top golf players or one of the top tennis players, very often they themselves don't actually become good coaches because they're more focused on the actual doing part of it, not focused on the developing of others in it. And we've seen this in life where top tennis players or golf players eventually retire and then they want to train other people and they don't really achieve the true success that professional coaches will achieve. And that's the essence that people must understand about coaching. It is a profession. It is something that takes someone that's good and really makes them great. It does not mean as a coach you are great in every area of your life. There's reality at play here. There are areas in your life where as a coach you will struggle, not be as great in, but it does not mean you cannot coach someone else in that area. I've seen people that come out of a broken marriage coach others in relationships and achieve amazing results in those relationships. So the coach is the catalyst, does not have to be the great performer. There's a difference between those two. There's a ton of different statistics and various statistics available regarding coaching, the outcomes of coaching, the performance improvements of coaching, etc. In simple terms, the facts are very basic. Coaching improves performance. It brings balance and it assists people to have a happier and healthier lifestyle. And in essence, that's what coaching is all about. It's a very positive, fun, exciting, achievement-oriented process.